It's a beautiful day for a market update. Hello and welcome to another edition of Ideal with Neil News Market Update. Sorry, I thought for a moment about doing it outside today, but basically I was squinting the whole time, so had to move it inside. First off, just want to thank everyone who came out and supported our Royal LePage Shelter Fest last week. For those who are not aware, had a great event last Thursday out at the Concordia Club in Kitchener here. Basically, the concept was Oktoberfest in June, and what a great concept. The idea was to raise funds for the Royal LePage Shelter Foundation, and in turn, all proceeds going to the Women's Crisis Services of Waterloo Region and Woolwich here in our region. So great night. We had all kinds of great things going on. We had the Black Forest Band, who is a regular at the Concordia Club. We had games, the odd bit of drinking, dancing, you name it. And we also had an auction with all kinds of awesome items that were donated. So yeah, we haven't gotten our final numbers back yet, but I'm excited. We had almost 300 people there, and it was just a great time. And again, for those who came out and supported it, really appreciate it. For those who donated, again, thank you so much. And yeah, if you were part of the live auction and trying to get something there as well, yeah, really appreciate what happened that night. So thanks again for everyone, and yeah. All right, so moving forward here, taking a look at the market, certainly if you remember my last update, I expected numbers to be moving up based on what was happening even in the first couple weeks there. And yeah, no surprises, things continue to bump up. I have continued to see lots of multiple offers and things like that. But surprise is actually a lot more new listings coming up, and we'll talk about that in a moment with the market stats. But yeah, that was interesting. We've been hoping for new inventory to come. We're well into the spring market, and maybe thought we'd get new listings a bit sooner. But better late than never, I guess, as far as buyers are concerned. So that was good to see, and we'll see how that continues moving forward. If we're going to have more new listings in the coming months. So we'll watch for that. Let's hop into those market stats that I was talking about and see what has happened in May.
Okay, so let's take a look at the market stats through InfoStarts. Again, we're looking at Waterloo Region. And so let's start off with average sale price, as we usually do. We're looking at all property types, and we can see that in April, we were at $797, and then in May now we've bumped up to $823. We look at single family homes, we were at $925 in April and up to $966 here in May. Townhomes, we were at $664 and up to $695. Semis, we were at 686 and now up to 728. Now, condos are the interesting one. We were at 489 and down a little bit to 484. So that's the only one that hasn't bumped up. Again, I attribute that mainly to in the freehold world, there's not that much inventory, whereas in the condo products, there's still lots of inventory out there, lots to choose from. So we don't have the same type of activity there. With new listings here, in April, we were at 873 and shot up quite a bit, 1271 new listings in May. So that was encouraging for buyers, a little bit more inventory. And then in sales, again, sales bumped up a little bit from 670 sales in April up to 809. Days on the market has continued to drop as the market's got better, down to basically 2 weeks on the market is the average amount of time. And that also takes into consideration all the properties, because in the freehold world, basically we're seeing properties being held off for offers for a week, and then the place is sold a week later. So but the 14 days takes into consideration all products and ones that have been on the market for a little bit longer. Percentage of original list price, the average there, we can see it's moved up. Back in January, we're around asking price is what sellers would get, and now we're all the way up here in May. The average is pushing 10% over the asking price for the eventual sale price. So I think that's about all I wanted to talk about here with the market stats, and certainly it kind of follows with what I've been seeing here in the market. And yeah, so we'll keep monitoring that as we go.
Okay, so a couple other storylines I wanted to follow up on here that I've been hearing lately is one thing, interest rates. Again, surprising where the market is considering where the interest rates are and where they were. It's interesting, just in the past week, we've seen that interest rates are starting to bump up a little bit again. So we'll see what kind of effect that has on the market. Too soon to tell, obviously. We find, I think, sometimes in the past when we've seen that, is that buyers will have a rate guarantee for a certain amount of time, and during that time frame, we may see a bit more of a flurry of activity if they're anticipating rates going up even further. But who knows how that's going to play out. The expectation was that the rates had kind of stabilized, and that was what we thought would happen. As far as the rest of the year, nothing too much one way or the other. But we'll, with this recent, uptick in sales prices and multiple offers and things, we'll see what happens. So, the other thing, another storyline that I saw online was a story about with people when their mortgages are going to be coming up in the next year or so, and renewing at substantially higher interest rates and higher payments and things like that. Certainly sounded like, and maybe it was just the headline to grab attention, but, a flood of new listings hitting the market because people won't be able to afford their homes anymore. So, I mean, that may be the case. I don't really see it as being a flood of new listings. I mean, certainly there will be some that will have to sell, but it's yet to be seen. I mean, I think in a lot of cases, certainly in the past, we've seen where banks try and work with homeowners and work with varying options on maybe changing amortization or things like that to try and allow people to keep their homes. But yet to be seen. But it certainly sounded like geez, expect all kinds of new listings coming on and probably prices falling in turn with that. So I'm not sure that that's going to happen, but we will keep watching as we move forward here. So I think those are the only two other stories I wanted to touch on here in the past month. But yes, again, if you have any questions, it's an ever-changing market out there. If you're curious what your place is worth, or if you know of anybody who has been asking about what's going on in the market, appreciate as always you passing my name on. And thanks again for all those referrals. Again, I couldn't do what I do without your help. So take care, and I guess we'll talk again in July into the summer here. Bye for now.